From the studios, Lagamicus Selections, a big house races in Texas this year. You may already know, and if you don't, I'm here to tell you. Texas passed another new map within the past year to redraw the district lines going into the 2026 midterm elections. They gerrymandered the hell out of it to be more favorable to Republicans. But the question we're going to answer is, do we think as of right now that the Republicans are going to win all the seats that they tried to draw for themselves? Well, we will get into that. So let's start with our current predictions. And on the screen right now, joining me is a big old map of the great state of Texas. And as we go through this, we will fill in some district lines and talk a little bit about each of these races. So as of today, the date we made this video, we have Republicans favored in 26 seats, Democrats favored in 9, and 3 of them as toss-ups. So basically, we thought that they were drawing a 30-8 map, 30 Republicans, 8 Democrats, or at least that was the thinking. That's not quite where we have it now. So the first district that we want to talk about, this is the new 9th district in Southeast Texas. This was previously represented by Al Green, the Democrat. He ended up running in the 18th district against another Democratic member, Christian Menefee. He lost that primary. And the district that has been left behind in the Houston area is much more Republican than it used to be. It takes in a portion of Harris County in the Houston area, and then it goes out into the much redder suburbs of Houston. So this is a much redder seat. And as such, we right now have this rated as a likely Republican flip. The next district we want to talk about, this is the new 15th district. The representative here is Republican Monica De La Cruz. You can see that district stretches from the RGV. So it takes in that northern part of the district, a lot of conservative areas, whereas the South Texas portion of the district in the RGV, that is much more Democratic. So Monica De La Cruz here is running against Bobby Pulido. He is a musician. He's a famous musician in the Tejano community. I have seen some other outfits call this as likely Republican. And granted, it is a little bit more of a Republican district than it isn't. But right now we have this as a toss-up. I think that De La Cruz may ultimately end up winning, but Pulido has a lot of popularity. And I think some of these district lines were drawn on the basis and the thinking that Hispanics were going to vote as Republican in Texas as they did 2 years ago. And that may not be the case in 2026. Next district we want to talk about, this is the new 23rd district. It's not much different than the last one that we had here. There is no representative at this point. This was Tony Gonzalez's seat. You may remember that he resigned after some scandal earlier in 2026. The Republican nominee here is Brandon Herrera. He is a gun enthusiast YouTuber. And the Democrat running here is Katie Padilla Stout. Most of the population in this district lives on the two tips of it. On the western side, you have the El Paso area. And on the eastern side, you have portions of Bexar County around San Antonio. And in the middle, not a whole lot of people. Those are very red areas, but most of the population's on the two ends. We have this as lean Republican right now. A Republican would probably be favored in this district under most circumstances. However, this is the kind of district that might be liable to fall in a wave election. So we do still want to keep an eye on it. Now to the 28th district. This is a South Texas-based district with Laredo as one of the cities. Henry Cuellar is the Democrat representing it. This was redrawn to become a little more Republican of a district. Donald Trump won in this district by quite a bit, as I recall. Tano Tijerina is the Republican candidate here. So we actually have this as tilt Democratic for now. We did a graphic about it a few days ago. There are definitely portions of the RGV down there that I think are going to vote substantially Democratic this time. So even though this is a district that Donald Trump won, I do still think that Cuellar has a decent shot of pulling this one out, but the Republicans are going to come for it. Moving on now to the 32nd district. This was previously represented by Julie Johnson. She moved over to the 33rd district and lost her primary. The new 32nd district looks like somebody's blowing a puff of smoke. So it does get into portions of Dallas County and then extends outward into the more conservative suburbs. You can say that really about all of the major cities in Texas. The big cities in Texas are fairly blue. And it was very blue in some cases. But then as you get out into the suburbs and away from the big cities, it gets very red very fast. So that's what this district did here. They're taking in a lot of those conservative areas to the east of the DFW. So now we actually have this one as a safe Republican flip. Moving on next, let's go back to South Texas. Let's talk about the new 34th district. Vicente Gonzalez is the Democratic incumbent here. He's running against Republican Eric Flores. So the old 34th did not include Corpus Christi. This one does. So in the Corpus Christi area, that one may vote more Republican, but then as you get down closer to Brownsville, it will be more Democratic. And it's very similar to the 28th in that Donald Trump won this district in 2024. But we have this as a toss-up for now, but I do think Gonzalez is capable of pulling this one out. Finally, let's move over to the new 35th district. Greg Casar was the incumbent here. He ended up moving over to the 37th district. Johnny Garcia is the Democratic nominee here. Carlos de la Cruz is the Republican nominee. So this district used to be elongated, stretching from San Antonio to Austin, and now it is more in the San Antonio area. So there are parts of Bexar County in this district. But again, once you get outside of Bexar County, this takes in a lot of more conservative areas to the east of the city. So we have this as a toss-up for now because there are going to be a lot of Democratic votes in the Bexar County portion of this district. But it's the rest of the district that the Democrats got to worry about. So that is a look at Texas's House races. Stick around for more here. Lagomicus Selections. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. We'll see you soon.